Professor Echols, welcome to class. Our class is conducted via Canvas, but it's very close to the on-campus classes I have taught in the past. Lights go down, PowerPoint slides come up, film clips are interspersed, and same class, almost 95%. This class is 100% online. There are no Zoom classes. That means you can take it anywhere on Earth. Okay, anywhere on Earth, as long as you have a reliable internet connection. You got to have the internet, and the internet's available all over, even Antarctica, okay? But there are some places that do not have reliable internet. Cruise ships sometimes don't. I've been told from students. Camping in the Sierras sometimes, most of the time, don't have good internet connections. Okay, so you got to be careful. I'm not going to give you a quiz early or anything like that. You're going to, I can't accommodate your extracurricular activities. I have all sorts of students who will be asking all sorts of things, but I will discuss late quizzes in a little bit. So you can take late quizzes. You're not totally out of luck. The syllabus is our contract. It is a legal document. Right there, syllabus after home. Okay, that's our first thing, right, coming up. This video that I'm doing right now, it's going to give you some tips and hacks and suggestions and good practices and all that. I know all those black letters on those white screens are not fun to look at, so we have this nice video here with pictures and my voice and all of that. So this is to help you get through the syllabus, but the syllabus really is, if there's a question that comes up, the syllabus is our binding contract document. If you need to communicate with me or ask me questions or anything, and I am totally open all the time, not quite 24/7, but I don't know, 13/7, probably 13 hours a day, 7 days a week, then Canvas inbox, okay? Canvas inbox, and I really need that because then I'll know what college. I teach at multiple colleges. I teach multiple sections of classes, so Canvas inbox is really the best way to communicate with me. And I love to talk to my students. I love it. And also, there are places in assignments under comments and things like that. Announcements are important, and there they are, right on the sidebar there. I'll let you know when quizzes have been reopened or unlocked. And that sort of thing. Important information comes right through announcements. Very important. So that should be one of the first places you check our announcements. Also, our class discussions will be conducted in announcements. Okay, they won't come through a discussion board or anything like that. I want a one-stop shop for all of that. So they are in announcements. It's kind of our social media. You can connect with your fellow students and things. You can do replies and talk about your favorite films, and I saw that, and I've never heard of that film. Maybe I'll check it out. That sort of thing. It's a great place to connect with your classmates since we're online. In notifications, okay, notifications, you can set reminders and things. You will get an email when a assignment or a discussion or announcement comes up. You check the little box thing there, whatever your email is. You can have multiple emails and things. I don't know if you can get messages on your phone or not, possibly. And so that is really a great thing to take advantage of. It really is. We're online. A lot of students lose track of where we are in class, and so staying on top of things via notifications, announcements, and that sort of thing, very important. There is a very detailed class schedule right there in the syllabus, and it will tell you the date and so on. Okay, so you don't have to rely on Canvas. It's right there in the syllabus, in the class schedules, what module we're up to, and then what assignment is due, and all of that. It's all right there in the syllabus also. I wouldn't put 100% of my trust in Canvas. I think wall calendars work great. I have a wall calendar. There we are for January 25. And, appointments, dates, parties, plans, whatever. You see it multiple times a day if it's in your office or in the kitchen or who knows what. So I think a wall calendar works out very well for me. I always suggest students who have a hard time staying organized and on top of class. I think a wall calendar works really nice. Each class module will take about as much time as an in-person class would take. Okay, I told you our class is very similar to the in-person class, and so we would take 2.5 to 3 hours, just like a regular class would take once a week, right? So tackle a module once a week, you should be okay. There's lots of film clips and things to look at. Here's just a sample one from a class, not just the PowerPoint slide lecture like I'm giving. It'll look just exactly like what I'm doing right now, but all of the film clips are going to broaden and deepen and explain what we're talking about in Jaws or Full Metal Jacket or whatever. So don't wait till the night before. It's going to take you way too long to get through all the modules. There's 4 or 5 modules per quiz, 3 quizzes. And so, stay on top of it. Don't try to cram the knowledge will settle in a little bit better, I think, if you go through it in a more orderly manner. They will be opened in batches. So at the start of the semester, only the first 4 or 5 modules are open, and then we will take the quiz, and then after the first quiz, then the next batch of modules for quiz 2 will be opened, and so on. Okay, so you can't get too far ahead or anything like that. The modules will match up to the quizzes. The day after the quiz, the next batch opens up. So it's more or less self-paced. You can cram, I guess. I don't advise that, but you can cram. But quizzes and assignments, of course, have due dates. They have due dates, and check into class regularly, please. All the film clips in our modules are linked to, of course, YouTube. Okay, so they have great engineers over there at YouTube. They keep things running pretty smoothly. And as we all know, I think we're all users of YouTube. It's a wonderful service. And that's where all of our wonderful, very famous film clips are located. If you see a message like this, okay, watch on YouTube, that means that for some reason, Canvas College decided, for whatever reason, that we weren't allowed to see it on Canvas. But if you just click on watch on YouTube, bang, you go right there to YouTube. It's just R-rated. It's nothing weird. You know YouTube. You're not going to see anything weird. It's just for some reason Canvas has decided. So same clip, same everything. It's right there. But if you have a hard time, if you have a hard time understanding actors with heavy accents, and when we get to train spot, I think we do train spotting in this class, Ewan McGregor has a very thick Scottish accent, and he's very hard to understand. And as you know, a lot of the British, when they're Cockneys and so on, they have these nice accents that we love, but sometimes they're a little hard to understand. So click on closed captioning, CC, it's right there, right? Closed captioning, it will come up. They do a great job. And you can listen to me too with my closed captioning. All my lectures are closed captioned as well. I don't have much of an accent. Canvas or YouTube does a really good job of captioning my lectures. There is a difference between closed captioning and subtitling. Closed captioning is the same language, English to English, whereas subtitling is perhaps it's a foreign language film in Spanish or in Mandarin, and then you would get the subtitles in English down below. Minor difference. But sometimes we get a video that's unavailable. This one, there's a copyright claim, and it was taken down. No big deal. Don't wait for me. Find it yourself. And I don't mean that in a snarky way. Just find it yourself. Don't waste your time. Go online, go to YouTube, right? Go to search right there, search bar, and type in the scene that's missing. In modules, it will name the scene, the film and the scene, The Graduate, which scene in The Graduate, the plastics scene, and it'll come right up. Okay, so if anything is taken down and you don't want to wait for me, next you should alert me though, okay, via inbox so I can fix it for everyone else, but you don't have to wait for me. There are 4 class assignments, and they revolve around watching films. Great film list. Lots of great films. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Forrest Gump. Here's Pulp Fiction. Oh my gosh, there's Train Spotting. There's Elvis, The Big Lebowski. Look at this great official film list for assignment number 3 in this class. I don't know if that's our class or not. I made this a little bit generic for some multiple classes I teach. But the official film list, you got to watch films from the official film list for our assignments. And then there are 14-part rubric. Okay, and you just answer the question. The first one is title of the film, the director, the year released, where you found it, a little short description of where you found it. Okay, this is in assignments and in the syllabus. And so write your assignment in a Word doc of some sort, Word or Google Docs or something like that, and then copy and paste the assignment into the assignment in Canvas, and that way you have a backup. If for some reason you forgot to save it or send it or something like that, you have a backup. So don't type directly into Canvas. I don't advise typing directly into Canvas. There's not a good way to save things that way. Here's the rest of the 14 points of the prompts. And like I say, the whole thing's in the syllabus, of course, and in assignments. There are 2 that you go online to research, right? You're required to go online. It's not cheating. You're required to go online. There are 5 tropes, and you'll go to tvtropes.com, or another one, Mental Floss, and another one on research, number 11, and you do a little bit of research on the movie and deepen and broaden your knowledge. You don't go online for any of the other prompts or anything like that. Don't go to AI. It's just answering short 2-sentence questions. There's no reason to go anywhere else other than just watch the movie and fill out the 14 prompts. Assignment has 425 word minimum. We don't have a maximum. Every once in a while, students, they get a film that they just love and they go crazy and they write 1,300 words. I would say a maximum, maybe 700 words would be a good maximum, something like that. You don't have to go up to 1,000 or anything like that, but there is a minimum. And it should look like this when you are ready to turn it in. Okay, you just put in the bold part, not the entire description of it. How many times you've seen it, all that. This is small, I don't know, 6-point font, but it'll look like this when you're done. This is more than 425 words, so it's not that much. Few sentences per prompt. And so they're right there in the syllabus. Just look them up, read the directions, follow them. You should be just fine. Late assignments may be turned in up to 1 week late with late point penalties. -3 for the first day late, -2 each additional day late for 1 week, and then it closes. Okay, so get them in on time, get full credit, 20 points. Here's another one, Wizard of Oz, 14 prompts. Okay, you can use those for references. And very importantly, this is very important, check your grade in assignments. Okay, I will make a comment, right? You'll get your grade, and I comment on your papers, and if there's a problem with it, you didn't get the 425 word minimum, okay, or you missed one of the prompts, everyone gets 2 tries. So you have a way to fix it. Okay, so you get 2 tries on every assignment, not on quizzes. Nope, not on quizzes, but on assignments, you get 2 tries. There's no reason you can't get full credit on all 4 assignments, 20, 40, 60, 80 points, just like that, 80 points. Okay, you have 1 week to revise and resubmit for full credit. Usually it's because it's too short. Sometimes it's because you missed a prompt or something like that. We don't have workable time machines in our world, so you cannot fix a late paper. We have 3 timed quizzes, 40 minutes, plenty of time if you know the material. Study hard, study an hour or two, okay? And students that get 90% or thereabouts on a quiz usually finish in maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It's a piece of cake. They just zip right through it. I can check in Canvas to see how long it takes. If you don't know the answer, 2 hours isn't enough time. 3 hours isn't enough time. You don't know the answer, okay? So there's no figuring or calculating or anything like that. It's not like a math quiz or anything like that. It's multiple choice. You just read a sentence and circle the right answer and then go on, right? There's no calculating. They will be based on what else? The PowerPoint lectures. So take notes, study them. You should watch all the film clips though. Don't just skip the film clips. They really broaden the material and they really set it in to your memory, I think. Just watching me talk about a film like The Graduate on a PowerPoint slide lecture is one thing, but seeing 2 or 3 clips from The Graduate really sets it in your memory, and you'll do much better if you watch all the film clips too. You don't have to take a lot of notes on the film clips. I recommend just like quick, double indemnity, film noir, insurance agent, femme fatale, plot to kill her husband for insurance money. That's it, right? That's all you need to write. Billy Wilder. Clockwork Orange, futuristic gangs, cause mayhem, leader gets caught by police, offered reconditioning for early release. Stanley Kubrick, the great Stanley Kubrick, and the great Kubrick stare, if you don't know about that. Not that many dates on quizzes, not that many. If you hear me talk about it more than once, or if it's in the PowerPoint slide, then that's probably an important date. Okay, you'll hear me talk about 1934, the production code. It's going to be on a test, on a quiz. Okay. If you have an afternoon or evening job, think seriously about taking the quiz before you go to work rather than after work. When you're tired, you might be asked to stay late. Maybe you get home and you're just exhausted. You think you're going to sit down for a little while and you fall asleep. So if it's beyond your control, just wait till morning. Just wait till morning. You're only going to lose 5 points. It's a 5-point penalty for 1 day late. Okay, so don't panic. Just take it a day late. Don't try to take a quiz at 11:30. You don't have the full 40 minutes to take the quiz or anything like that. Just wait till morning. Ideally, you take it before you go to work. Okay, take it in the morning when you're fresh, but then the next day. I can't give individual students extra quiz time without official college authorization. DSS, they will help you out. They're very nice people. Go to the website. There's phone numbers and websites and email addresses and all that good kind of stuff. Or ask me and I'll send you a screenshot. And you contact them and then they contact me and then I make the change in Canvas on your quizzes. If you're taking it at home, I know it can be chaotic and noisy and all that. Siblings, parents, whatever, try to let everybody know this is important. Empty your bladder, just like you were in a classroom, right? Just like you're in a classroom. You sit in the classroom, you have to stay there until you turn your quiz in, and you can't pause. There's no possible way you can pause the quiz. It's not physically possible to pause a quiz. So no books, notes, internets, nothing like that. If you have spotty internet or you just need some peace and quiet, I recommend going to a college library. There's a couple of libraries here, a couple of college libraries, great places, good internet, good Wi-Fi, quiet. Really, it's a great place to take a quiz. And coffee shops too. I would prefer a library, I think. It's only 3 quizzes, right? Go to the library, take your quizzes. It's a really smart idea. That's a good tip. They'll be opened on the day, as it says in the syllabus, as it says in the quiz, at midnight. So you're going to sleep through the first few hours of the quiz while it's open. And then it goes all the way 24 hours till the next midnight. You have 40 minutes in those 24 hours. So even if you have to go do something, go to visit somebody in the hospital or something like that, there's 24 hours to take the quiz. Okay, nobody's busy for 24 hours. So you need to find 40 minutes in those 24 hours. I can't grant extensions just because you had to go do something for a while. You had a flat tire, something, whatever. Study hard. 40 minutes will be plenty of time. If you can't start by 11:20, okay, wait till morning. I said that before. Here it is the second time. It's really a great piece of advice. -5. 1 day late is 5, and then 2 points each additional day. So don't go too long. 1 day. 2 days late, you're 7 points down. 9, 11, right? So take your quiz as fast as you can. You will be dropped. No ifs, ands, or buts if you miss taking the quiz. If you don't take quiz 1 or quiz 2, they're open for 8 days in total, the quiz day plus a week. If you don't take the first quiz before I lock it, then you're dropped from class. If you take the first quiz and don't take the second quiz, then you're dropped from class. Okay, you got to take both of the first and the second quizzes, or you will be dropped. Why wouldn't you want to take the quiz? It's 100 points. It's pretty hard to pass the class, or at least get a decent grade without taking these 100-point quizzes. When it's opened, even if by accident the clock starts, you can't stop the quiz. Even if you want to, you can't. You can't log out, you can't power down, you can't throw your laptop in the ocean. It will not stop. There's a server somewhere that is going to run the clock. It will shut down at 11:59 p.m. even if you are still taking it. Oh, my professor, my 40 minutes aren't up. You got to start by 11:20, right? If you want to get all your minutes in, okay? It will shut down automatically at 11:59 p.m. Okay? So if you can't take it, I would say by 11:15 at night, wait till morning. You only lose 5 points and everything will be fine. Okay, again, 5 points, 2 points each additional day. I understand there are unforeseen, extenuating circumstances. Hospitalization is a pretty good one. And take your picture. This is not one of my students, but just take your picture. I'll know you're in the hospital. It's pretty hard to fake that. And I'll grant you an extension with no late points, okay? It's case by case. I'm not going to say anybody that goes to the hospital. If you just go to the whatever for, a shot or something like that, you need to be, I guess, admitted or something like that. Anyway, it's case by case. All the directions for extra credit are in assignments. So extra credit is part of assignments, but it is optional. You don't have to do extra credit. It is done through Canvas in the assignments area. Okay, so that's where it is. Extra credit lives under assignments, but again, it's optional. And I tried to make it kind of fun. So instead of just writing more film papers, shorter, only 200 words, but instead of writing more film papers, go see Hollywood, go see what we have here in Southern California. There's lots of cool stuff that you can experience. I call it the Hollywood experience. You can go to the world famous Chinese theater. There's also there's a Egyptian theater, a Mayan theater. They were into themed theaters back then. It is a ton of fun. Go with your friends, cousins, whatever. It's plenty safe up there with all the other tourists in Hollywood. You can see your handprint size and all that. There's from Marilyn Monroe and Humphrey Bogart up to Harry Potter kids and the Avengers and so on, right? So from 1927, I think, to pretty close to the modern day. And then we have the Hollywood Walk of Fame that's right out front on Hollywood Boulevard. Across the street from the Chinese theater is the Disney-owned El Capitan. Sometimes they have live stage shows on weekends and things like that. Sometimes they have exhibits of their Disney movies, Pixar movies, Marvel movies, whatever. So the El Capitan is beautiful picture palace. It's gorgeous inside, just like the Chinese theater is. It's just gorgeous. Also, the Egyptian theater, they do more revival type films and things like that. A director or a writer or a critic might talk about a movie. That's for real movie buffs to go to the Grauman's Egyptian theater. If you're in Hollywood, you can go to the Griffith Observatory. It's up in the hills. It's beautiful. They've shot lots of films there, including the James Dean film Rebel Without a Cause. There's a James Dean memorial kind of back here somewhere. It's in the back. Very cool. They shot Men in Black, a lot of movies. like to shoot there. It's a very cool, space-agey looking place. That's also a Hollywood. You don't have to do every single one of these things, but this is part of the Hollywood experience. And of course, there's the Hollywood sign up in the hills too. It's hard to get right up to the sign, but you know, you can take your pictures and stuff. It's a ton of fun. The different experience, 5 points different. Different one is the Academy Museum. Just opened a couple years ago. It's wonderful. I've been there a couple of times already. I love it. Here, my wife Sammy and I we're actually standing up here. This is sort of open, and this is where they have parties and things like that for donors and so on. And you can see C-3PO and all sorts of stuff, and everybody says their hands, all wonderful displays and exhibits and things like that. It's a wonderful thing, a wonderful place to go. It really is. You can see Dorothy's ruby slippers there. I think they used 3 pairs for the movie, and so there's a couple of pairs. I think just recently a pair sold for in the millions of dollars. Last time they sold was hundreds of thousands of dollars. I think a few months ago they sold for in the millions of dollars. A different set, a different pair. There's Sammy at Universal Studios, and go on the. You have to go on the tram tour. You need the Hollywood part, not just a theme park. You can't just go on the the Simpsons ride or something like that. You need to get the backstage stuff. Okay, the Warner's tour is also good. I haven't been on it, but that's also good for extra credit. Drive-in theater experience, a ton of fun. I grew up in the drive-in era myself. In Michigan, drive-ins aren't open very long, 3 or 4 months before it's too cold or there's snow or whatever. But it was sure a lot of fun when I was growing up. Here you can see people and you're like, why is their car backwards like that? Because people are sitting in the back of the SUVs. They've got padding and pillows and all that, pickup trucks and so on. They back in, and then you listen to the sound through your FM radio. They tell you where to tune in. Big old snack bar. You can bring your own food in too. You can stop off and pick up a pizza or whatever you want to bring in. They have pizzas and whatever and tacos and stuff at the snack bars. It's just so much fun. I highly recommend it. Pretend you're in the middle of Grease or Hairspray or Happy Days or whatever. Here we are back in the 1950s with the 10 Commandments. Okay, beautiful picture. Grading. Okay, big, important. Percentage is not your grade. 87%. That doesn't mean you have a B. That is not your grade. We do not grade on percent in this class. I'm going to stick up here. 9% is not A. 340 points is an A. Okay, because if you get 100% on a quiz, you only get 20 points. If you get 85%, if you get 100% on an assignment, 100% on an assignment is only 20 points. 85% on a quiz is 85 points. Okay, see where we're going? It's different. It's weighted. So I don't do percent. I do points. So here we see, okay, 308 points, that would be a B. 352, that's an A. And here is somebody 298 points. Well, in my class, the last quiz is given on usually like a Thursday or so. The last day of class is on a Sunday, and that gives you 3 days to do extra credit. So if you're just a couple of points away from the next quiz, from the next few points up, okay, they're too far away. This one's very close. This one's very close to an A. They need 4 more points. They've got 3 days to do an extra credit paper. Designed it that way on purpose. Take advantage of that. Check out your points and work your grade up. You got 3 days to do that. Professor, I'm just X points away from a higher grade. Can I do a 4th extra credit paper or a 5th extra credit paper? Please, 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 please. No, I'm sorry. Because in all fairness, I'd have to give everyone else in class the same opportunity to do 4 extra credit papers or 5 or whatever, or another go with the quiz or who knows what. I don't do that. Everybody is equal. Nobody gets special consideration. So I'm sorry, the answer is going to be no. Study hard, do as well as you can, do your extra credit, and then that's where we are, okay? So you don't get to do a 4th or extra or anything like that. No, extra special treatment. And finally, the textbook is recommended. It is not required. You can do just fine and save 150 bucks or something like that. This might be your textbook or one of these. So save your money for one of those classes, like a biology class or an accounting class or something like that, where you have to buy a $200 textbook or there's no way to pass the class. You can save your money. If you've got enough money or if you've got a scholarship or something, it's a good textbook. I really like it, but you can save your money. The tests, the quizzes are based on PowerPoint slides, just like the one you're watching right now. And the books are nice. Their books are nice, but gee, they sure are expensive. So save your money for that really expensive, biology textbook, something like that. That's my gift to you. Okay, I love teaching this class. I hope you love taking it and watching it and participating in it as much as I love teaching it. Thank you so much.